at National Stadium here on the island of Jamaica. I'm Jordan Angeli, excited to be with you guys here for this CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers. So far, a number of games have already been played in various groups. This is Group C play, and you see the conditions in Jamaica. A nice warm 83 degrees. And for right now, Group C, this is what it looks like. Dominican Republic took down Grenada yesterday, 9-0. They sit atop of Group C with 3 points. The second game in Group C about to take place between Jamaica and Bermuda. It's a total of 4 games for each team across 2 qualifying windows in February and in April. These teams set to get underway in just about 9 minutes as the field looks prepped and ready to go for this CONCACAF Women's qualifying round. Now, 30 teams in total are in the CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers. 6 groups broken up into 5 teams each group, and the winner of each group after those 4 games will make their way to the CONCACAF Women's Championship this summer in Monterrey, Mexico. Those 6 teams will be joined by Canada and the United States, who have automatically qualified as being the best 2 teams in CONCACAF. This game between Jamaica and Bermuda should be a good one. Excited to be alongside you all. And I will be back after the national anthems for both Jamaica and Bermuda. I'll be back with starting lineups and the kickoff in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. Due respect for all, stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us, the weak to cherish. Give us vision lest we perish. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love.
Beautiful
National anthems for both Bermuda and then Jamaica. As we get set for this CONCACAF Women's Qualifier game between the host Jamaica and the yellow, black, and yellow kits, and the visitors Bermuda wearing the all pink kits. First, let's start with the home team. Just taken over recently by Vinnie Moore Blaine. He starts in a 4-4-2 with the captain Khadijah Bunny Shaw in the middle of the park. Rebecca Spencer gets the start in net. We have veteran Trudy Carter is a member of this squad as well. The officiating crew for this one tonight in Jamaica will be from Guatemala. As you see, Bunny Shaw shaking hands with Eva Frazzoni from Bermuda. Bunny Shaw really made her way onto the scene in 2018, the World Cup qualifiers for CONCACAF, both in the Caribbean qualifiers and then in the championship. She scored a plethora of goals. For Bermuda, it's going to be a tough challenge, and Nikita Robinson knows that. She's been in charge for around 10 years of the Bermuda women's side. She'll be captained by Eva Frazzoni, who I just mentioned. Micah Pond, the 22-year-old, will be in net. They'll look to players like Leilani Nesbitt, who just won a national championship at Florida State University in the United States, to help give this team of a lot of young players some confidence. One of the benefits of this squad for Bermuda is they've been playing together, a lot of these players, since they've been very young, and you'll hear me mention tonight, it's still a really young team. They're starting in what looks like a 5-3-2 lined up. 3 of those players along the back line are 19 and younger. These are important games. These World Cup qualifiers, all a part of the CONCACAF Women's qualifying. 6 groups, 5 teams in each group. This is Group C. Bermuda will start with the ball. We get set and ready to go here for kickoff in Kingston, Jamaica. We're underway at the Jamaica National Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight for this CONCACAF Women's Qualifier. I'm Jordan Angeli, excited to be alongside you as we get to see 2 quality squads in Jamaica and Bermuda play their first match of 4 in this qualifying series. All of it on what they hope is their journey towards the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. There's a few stops before that, and this game kicks it all up. Down the far side, Dominique Bonflaza loses it, but it gets picked back up by Sashana Campbell here on the left side. Now Jody Brown, the best young player in those 2018 CONCACAF Championship qualifying. She was 16 at the time, was a part of this historic Jamaican squad who was the first Caribbean nation to qualify for the Women's World Cup, participating back in France in 2019. A lot of these players for the Reggae Girls were a part of that squad. They're missing a few key players, one of them in Kanya Plummer, center back for Jamaica, and Vin Blaine, the head coach, said that's going to be difficult figuring out our back line. She's one of a few absences, but Plummer is really the heartbeat of that back line, so experienced, and they're going to be without her due to injury for these qualifiers, at least this window. This ball sent out by Campbell as Bermuda makes their way down the near side. It's going to be Gemma Rempel to restart this. Jody Brown with some pace here, eating up the space in front of her. Now Khadijah Shah plays for Manchester City in England. Keeps possession. Campbell gets her chop back taken away, and Bermuda working up the near side. Gotta say, these Bermuda kits are nice, as Leilani Nesbitt played a difficult ball across the face of her own defensive line. Jamaica eats it up, and they'll restart all the way in the back with Chantel Swaby, her sister Allison Swaby, part of that back line. Pretty cool thing, not only to be a quality soccer player, but to get to represent your country on a national and international level with your sister right by your side. Not a bad thing to do. There's her sister Allison. Ball goes all the way through, and this is the first look we're going to see of Rebecca Spencer. Spencer just got invited to come to the team after that 2019 World Cup. She's English born. Gets the start in net today. So here comes Jamaica down the far side, but well read by Micah Pond. 22-year-old comes up and restarts the play right away. Brown. It's Chinlu Asher in a tussle with Leilani Nesbitt. Nesbitt wins it, but unable to connect that next pass is Bermuda. Jamaica played a few games last year in 2021. Their last game against Costa Rica was a 0-0 draw in October. As this ball gets deflected across the face of goal, and it's going to be the first corner kick we're going to see of the game for Jamaica. Adamolican comes over. The big tackle between Victoria Davis and Trudy Carter, one of the veterans on this team, far side. Alufolasane, Adamonican plays it short. Good little combination here. It's Carter. She goes back. Bonflaza played her collegiate years at the University of Washington. She wins it back here. Now Kayla McCoy. McCoy made that 2019 World Cup roster before, unfortunately, tearing her ACL, and she had to miss out on the 2019 Women's World Cup. Back with the squad now. McCoy's currently playing for Rangers FC. She spent some time with the Houston Dash as we look at Victoria Davis, who restarts it for Bermuda. McCoy wins it back. Here goes Bunny Shaw. She has space in front of her. Brings it to her left foot. She was looking for her teammate Trudy Carter. Unselfish work by Shaw on that play. The captain trying to share the love, and it ends up being really good defensive work by Bermuda to deny an opportunity for Shaw. Good confidence for Bermuda. Work through the middle of the field. This is going to be Adam Mullican, far side, 1v1. Danny Watson. And Danny gets a cheer from the sideline, and her head coach, Nikita Robinson. As you take a look at Adam Mullican. She wins it back here. Trying to thread through Shaw. Well read by the captain, Frazzoni. It's a good look at Ava Frazzoni. Bermuda making their way through the central third. Here comes Shaw. It's taken out there. Clipped by Aaliyah Nolan. And Astrid Goramo comes over to make sure Shaw's all right. Here's a look at that opportunity for Shaw. She gets a little bit of medical intention. Shaw getting some work done on her right leg after a big collision in a foul by Aaliyah Nolan. Good look at the tackle. It was just an awkward clip on the outside of her leg, and then the tackle, or the fall, kind of giving her the worst of it there. Bunny Shaw gets applause from the fans in Jamaica National Stadium at their hometown of Kingston, getting to watch the Reggae girls compete in a World Cup qualifier. A lot of pride in that city right now. Bunny Shaw has been an important piece of this Jamaican team over the last few years, and her now 32 caps. She has 42 goals. On the international level. qualifying tournament before the 2018 championship. She was on fire. She couldn't stop scoring. Made a name for herself throughout both of those tournaments. What a turn from Jody Brown. Looking centrally. Shaw is still limping after that collision. Trudy Carter off the crossbar. Shaw off the bar again. Oh my goodness. Micah Pond better give a kiss to the crossbar because Trudy Carter just pinged it off there and somehow that deflection didn't go down. Pond does a good job of grabbing the second look from all the way back. Spencer restarting it. Be Bermuda on the far side, who've looked confident through these first just over 12 minutes. They knew that they were coming in. They had seen a lot of tape on Jamaica over the last few years, not only their run in the 2019 World Cup, but some of their friendlies. But Bermuda's head coach Nikita Robinson said, they probably haven't seen a lot of tape on us. We're gonna use that to our advantage. You see Nia Christopher doing a little work to apply some pressure as she goes to Townsend University. She might have an opportunity here. Pressure by Nolan. She goes again. Jamaica build it up. Good defending here by Rempel. 19-year-old. One of those youngsters on the back line for Bermuda. Asher getting a little too much of Nesbeth in the back. Give Bermuda a chance here. Deep in their attacking third. A nice night in Jamaica, around 80 degrees right now, but calm. Some of these CONCACAF women's qualifiers thus far have involved a lot of wind, and it's really changed the trajectory of each game. But this one, the surface looks beautiful here at National Stadium in Jamaica. Bermuda looking to take advantage of an early opportunity, sent to the back post, still alive. Trudy Carter takes a long touch, and it's going to be scooped up by Bermuda. Nesbeth, can she get there? Oh yeah, she can. The hustle from the 20-year-old keeps it alive for Bermuda, but only for a little bit longer, as now they're going to have some defending to do. Long ball, it's Shaw in behind. Good work for Pond, coming off her line early. Asher. Pushed out of bounds by Rempel. Shoshana Campbell will restart it here on the near side. Patience by Jamaica as they work it around the back. Now it's Jody Brown. Shaw deflected shot and another corner kick. Second of the match here for Jamaica. The Reggae girls send 4 players inside the 18, a couple of lingering on the outside of the box. Driven ball near post. Not cleared convincingly. Might still have another chance. Sade. Again, Sade gets it. To the far side. Bonflaza. Now Swabi. Back to Bonflaza. The older Swabi, Allison, unable to control that. It goes out of bounds on the far side. A restart for Bermuda. Campbell. Jamaica with the majority of possession through the midfield here. Already in this one. Bermuda, some good pressure. Jamaica taking their time, building the ball around the back, trying to figure out the way to break down this defensive unit of Bermuda. Brown gets the ball back and gets fouled by Victoria Davis. Just a little clip of the ankles there. This is in a good range to get an opportunity on frame. Jody Brown's explosive speed is just difficult to manage. She turns it on. Better make sure your legs aren't anywhere close because she's probably gonna foul her. She's been so good for this squad since coming in with them as a young teenager. Good look at Micah Pond. You can hear her teammates cheering her on. It's gonna be Shaw who takes the initial kick. It's man for man inside the box. Bunny Shaw into the arms of Pond. This CONCACAF women's qualifying was really a big push after 2019 Women's World Cup to get more opportunities for all the various teams within CONCACAF to play good, real quality games at an international level to give them an opportunity to qualify for the Women's World Cup. Karina LeBlanc, Canadian international who was president of CONCACAF for a while, did so much pushing the standard, and real praise from Nikita Robinson saying it wasn't just talk. She delivered on what she said she was going to do as Jamaica passes through the back line. Pond spills it. And Jody Brown ends up putting it away. 1-0, Jamaica in the 21st minute. And just like that, Jamaica goes from one end of the field to the other. Slick combination through the back line with Carter and Shaw. And Jody Brown just follows it up, making sure she keeps herself alive. As Trudy Carter's shot gets deflected right down into Brown's run. Just to finish the story, I was talking about Karina LeBlanc and head coach for Bermuda, Nikita Robinson, just paying her respect, saying she did everything she promised, and this tournament is the evidence of that. Now current president of CONCACAF, Victor Montagliani, spoke about it yesterday, saying this is a really important milestone day for women's football in this region. To have 30 teams competing, each of them getting 4 games apiece to find their, hopefully, ticket to the CONCACAF Women's Championship this summer. It's a huge opportunity, one that this region doesn't take lightly. That's going to be a yellow card for Danny Watson. She got a lot of Trudy Carter there. Carter got rid of the ball. Watson kept tackling. Nesbitt, a nice looking through ball. She was looking for Nolan. Just slipped out of her reach there. Rebecca Spencer, currently playing for Tottenham Hotspur in the FA WSL in England. She's 12 appearances with them since joining the squad in 2019. I mentioned she was born in England, just joined the team for the first time after that 2019 World Cup. So this is her first taste at CONCACAF qualifying. Adamalakan nearly had one from distance. Jade Adamalakan plays at University of Southern California. Looking to put the second one on the board for Jamaica. As Asher restarts it through Campbell. Swabby, Asher gets it poked away. Here's Koa Goodchild. Koa battling. Nesbitt does all the hard work. It's gonna be a foul there against Christopher on McCoy. Bermuda have been in disqualifying type tournaments for the World Cup before, trying to make their way to the championship. A couple of results back in 2006, and in 2018 had 3 wins, a draw, and 3 losses, and it wasn't enough to get them into the Concacaf Women's Championship. They scored 13 goals in that campaign, and a lot of these same players played in those matches. Nikita Robinson, head coach now for around 10 years of the women's side. You see the fouls 3-1. Bermuda committed a couple more fouls than Jamaica, but it's been a fairly clean game so far. Nikita Robinson knew from an early age that these players needed to get a lot of experience. That ball sent across, punched, maybe just enough done there. Shaw again reaching for her right lower leg. The turf just popped up there. Bonflaza sending it up and away, and you saw her leg just get caught inside the turf. On a Mulligan. Doesn't beat the first defender. Bermuda sends it long. Robinson coaching the Bermuda side for a number of years now. She's been playing these youth players up a few age groups, knowing that that experience for them is gonna help them when it comes to a few years down the road. And now here we are, a few years down the road, and these young players have just 19 and 18 playing in these big games. They've been there before for youth tournaments and youth games as they try to get the ball out of their box there. They wanted a handball on Shaw, don't get it. It's gonna be a corner kick for Jamaica. Third of the game here. Mulligan goes short this time. Ooh. Brown. Looks like she lost her footing. It's taken away by Nolan. Bonflaza. Finds Brown, a couple of runners inside the area. Brown opts to try to go 1v1 herself. Ends up getting her pocket picked, and it's going to be a Bermuda throw.
Let's go, get up! Get up, Daddy up, let's go! In the middle! Know where she is, Jimmy. You know where she is.
Ball slips through. And Spencer restarts it. All the way to Shaw. Asher. McCoy as Jamaica try to open up this tightly knit Bermuda defense. Campbell. Asher goes all the way back. Swabby sisters send it to the far side. Bonflaza, now Shaw. Ooh, nice little move there. Shaw looking to the far side. She has Brown. Now Brown. Carter! Trudy Carter makes it 2. Minute. Good combination play, finding the build-up through the right side. Bunny Shaw looking for that initial run of Jody Brown, and the composure by Brown to pick out the right player, who was Trudy Carter. Puts puts it away. Good goal in the 30th minute by Carter.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal for Jamaica, scored by player number 18.
11th international goal for Trudy Carter as a reggae girl. Big collision between Campbell and Nolan. Goes in favor of Bermuda.
Together.
Bermuda sent it into the mix over the head of both Christopher and Nesbeth. Good Child gets a little bit of pressure. Good ball there from Spencer, just skips under the foot of Brown. Nolan with a heavy touch, and she ends up clipping Brown on the way. It's a 21st minute goal by Jody Brown and a 30th minute goal by Trudy Carter. Get us to where we are at right now. Let's get another look at the trip by Nolan. Jamaica playing this game at home. They'll also play Dominican Republic at home, but not until April 12th. Their next two games in qualifying will be away. February 20th, they'll play at Grenada. And then in that second window in April, they'll play at the Cayman Islands. For Bermuda, their next game is versus the Cayman Islands. Be at a neutral site because can't host right now in Bermuda. Then they'll go away to Dominican Republic. Then they'll face Grenada in their final match of those 4 games. 6 groups of 5, the CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers. Each group sends 1 team. Trudy Carter gets a little piece on it. I believe she earned a corner kick for the Reggae girls. 6 teams, 1 from each group, will go to the CONCACAF Championship this summer in Monterrey, Mexico. We'll be joined by the United States and Canada to make up 8 teams. First and second place from that tournament will make their way to the FIFA Women's World Cup, as will the 3rd place team. That 4th place team still has a chance. They'll have to play in a qualifier to get there. But right now, Jamaica just wants more goals as they send this corner kick in. Initially, good couple of wins there by Bermuda, and that might have been offside. It was. Mulliken not able to get herself back on side after the corner kick. All in all, that push for CONCACAF W, this new rebranded women's side of CONCACAF, as Carter tries to sneak it into Shaw. It's a push for more quality international games on the women's side throughout the calendar year, and I think this year is a good example with the launch of this, with some FIFA Women's World Cups on the youth side happening. All in all, 188 international matches being played on the women's side in CONCACAF in 2022, and that's a big difference from before. Good to see a lot more opportunities for these nations to be able to compete. Bonflaza wins a corner kick. They play short. Swaby drives it in, headed away by Jaden Masters. And that recross just out of the reach of Shaw. Good pass there by Nesbitt. She brings in Birch. Kashayla Birch, it's taken out there, draws a foul. McCoy, the guilty party on that one. Ball into the mix. Swaby and Nesbitt go up for it. Ends up being Rebecca Spencer scooping it up the last second to avoid the oncoming attacker. Bonflaza, one of the players who participated in that 2019 Women's World Cup, along with both Swaby sisters and a number of these starters here tonight for Jamaica. Through their 3 games in the 2019 Women's World Cup, they scored 1 goal. That goal came from Ivana Solan. Not with the squad here for these qualifiers. Nesbitt connects back to Davis. It's a little too heavy to find Goodchild here on the near side. 38th minute. Thanks for joining us in Kingston, Jamaica. I'm Jordan Angeli with you for this game between the host Jamaica and the visitors Bermuda. Bermuda in the pink kits, Jamaica in the gold and black. Spencer showing off some skill. Now McCoy. Kayla McCoy played at Duke University, a top recruit into the NWSL, where she played for the Houston Dash. Shaw was offside there. McCoy played forward. She's playing in the midfield right now, but in college she played forward at Duke. Had 38 goals in her time as a Blue Devil. Her experience in the game has grown, not only playing with the Houston Dash and NWSL, but now Rangers in Scotland. Chantel Swaby also plays with her at Rangers. Easy enough there for Spencer. A little less than 5 in the first half here in Kingston, Jamaica. The home side leads Bermuda 2-0. First game for these two squads in Group C play. Dominican Republic beat Grenada yesterday, 9 goals to nothing. So not only do they sit at the top of the group as the only team that has played yet, but they have a pretty substantial goal differential so far. Campbell, now McCoy, Swaby. Bonflaza pushes it past her defender. Finds on a mulligan. McCoy wins it back. Good defensive work by Bermuda. They're making it difficult for Jamaica. This ball comes across. Brown doesn't get it, and Pond's tip goes to her teammate. Luckily, it didn't fall to the feet of Shaw, who is lurking at the back post. But here comes Jamaica again. Shot from distance. That was always rising by Campbell.
Hey! 3 minutes. Dig deep.
Pond. Won by McCoy. Sade on a mulligan with some hard work on the far side. Her brother also playing soccer. He's professional USL for Austin Bold before going overseas and now plays abroad. Swaby plays it long, had both Brown and Shaw in pursuit, but neither could get there before it finds the arms of Pond. Good child, can't do much with that. We'll give it back to Jamaica. Near side. Swaby. Brings in Adam Mulligan with a nice diagonal. Bonflaza overlapping. She goes to Carter centrally. A lot of numbers there. Slip ball was going to be difficult through 4 players for Bermuda, and it proved that way. Good look at the goal scorer, Trudy Carter. She notched the second one of the game for Jamaica in the 30th minute. Chantel Swaby, the younger of the 2 sisters. Now Asher finds Brown. Her first touch got away from her, and Bermuda possessed for a second before good defensive work by Jamaica gets it back. 30 seconds left in this first 45, plus stoppage time. This ball goes down to the far side. Shaw tiptoeing the back line. The ball won't get to her, but Carter scoops up the second. There's Shaw, awkward tackle. But Asher has an opportunity as Shaw is still down. Rempel finds Christopher. Christopher, 1v1. Ball got away from her, and it's a good tackle in the end by Swaby. No stoppage time added to the end of this first half. Spunny Shaw has taken a couple of difficult challenges. She walks off the last one there, but she's going to be happy. So is the rest of her Jamaican squad as they're up 2-0 over Bermuda. Jody Brown and Trudy Carter notching those goals. We'll be back in a few minutes with the first half highlights and some stats. Stay with us. Halftime here at Jamaica National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica, as the Reggae Girls host Bermuda. The first game for them in Group C of the Concacaf Women's Qualifiers. Bermuda in their pink kits, Bunny Shaw and her Reggae Girls in the gold and green of Jamaica. Bermuda came out showing some confidence through possession. Jody Brown, Bunny Shaw, and Trudy Carter made it difficult for this Bermuda squad defensively. But they've been organized and proven to make it difficult to break down their lines. A couple of more fouls in favor of Bermuda, This was one of the good chances early on. Carter hit it off the crossbar, so did Bunny Shaw on the deflection. It was this goal by Jody Brown in the 21st minute that would put her side up 1-0. Some good attacks, especially down the right side for Jamaica. Number of corner kicks for the Reggae girls. There's an additional goal by Trudy Carter in the 30th minute that now makes it 2-0 in favor of Jamaica, the hosts. You see some of the reserves getting warm. And a good look at the stats through 45 minutes. 1 yellow card to Bermuda. That went to Danny Watson. No shots for Bermuda yet. They've had a few good buildups. You can see the possession doesn't tilt too much in favor of Jamaica. 6 corners though. A couple of offsides, both those going to Bunny Shaw. The number at top of the table is all that matters. Jamaica with 2 goals over Bermuda so far tonight in Kingston. Still 45 minutes left to play here. We'll take a quick break and be back for the second half just after this.
Later, you are asked to remember the moving protocols are in place for this game. You are asked to follow and respect the directions of members of the security as well as the uniformed forces who will be directing movement in and out of the national stadium. This is in order to ensure safety and convenience to all. Pictures around the area the following guidelines and information. Masks covering mouth and nostrils should be worn throughout the event. You're asked to sit in the deliberately marked seat. Throwing of objects onto the seat is disallowed. You're asked to depart the venue after the event in an orderly manner and avoid congestion in large numbers. You're asked not to go out to the field before, during, and after the game. And when utilizing the restroom, you're asked to line up physically distant as indicated and directed. So once again, you're asked to keep the masks on, covering both mouth and nostril throughout the event. We should be reminded that concentration of the mouth are based on international standard and the DRMA Act of Jamaica, and can only be to the detriment of the national football program. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, Madam Rose, please, sit in the designated seats. The Jamaica Football Federation wishes to thank the partners for their contribution to the national football program and the regular journey to Australia and the New Zealand in 2023. The Sport Development Foundation, developing a nation through sport, the Bermuda Foundation, water, land of good and water, the Jamaican Observer, always ahead, Uber, the JFF also wishes to thank the following entities and individuals: the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Ministry of Local Government and the Rural Development, Ministry of Health and the Wilderness, Municipal Corporation,
The one you entitled this one. That's why I wait till before I put girl no more.
the Jamaican Conservative Sport, Jamaican Fire Brigade, Jamaican Defense Force, Independent Park
Me I say,
Amber Group, and many other organizations and individuals. Please, ladies and gentlemen, follow the rules, thank the sponsors for coming on board, and let us make this and enjoy it. Thank you. As the team retains the field on the start of the second half. Just a bit of information. The last time Jamaica played Bermuda was August 27, 2018. Jamaica they won that day 4-0. Goals that day from Judy Carter, Tanya Plummer on the star, and Giselle Washington. So far, it's 2-0 at the red. Judy Carter is already on the score sheet. Tanya Plummer not there. Giselle Washington is not there. But the Khadija Bonishore is there. And the young rising star, Jody Brown, was already added to this squad. So, 2-0 here at the moment, half-time. Jamaica won the last game, 4-1.
Welcome back to Kingston, Jamaica, at the beautiful Jamaica National Stadium. Built in 1962, holds about 35,000 people at capacity, but tonight it holds a big qualifier for Jamaica women's national team. They host their first game in the CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers. They're up 2-0 against Bermuda. Second half underway here. I'm Jordan Angeli. Thanks so much for joining me for the second total game in Group C. But the first one for both of these squads as Bermuda puts some pressure on Allison Swaby. She's looking for a call, not gonna get it this time. Referee squad, all from Guatemala tonight. Center referee in charge is Astrid Gramajo. Bermuda wins the ball back. That was Kashella Birch. Now all the way back. Masters plays it to Pond. Bonflaza picks that one off. Aaliyah Nolan going 1v1 against Swaby. Looking for the deflection. She's not going to get it on that one. The coach for Jamaica is Vinnie Moore-Blaine. Just recently got appointed. His second time being fully in charge of this women's squad. Really hadn't seen his team together until just last week as they started preparations for these qualifiers. But he expressed his belief in the squad, knowing that this is a team full of very experienced players. A lot of these women participated in the 2019 Women's World Cup, as Jamaica was the first ever women's side from the Caribbean to qualify for a World Cup final. As far as the final tournament goes. Bermuda wearing the pink kits tonight. Sade plays it all the way back. Jamaica using Tashana Campbell on the far side. A big diagonal ball. Bonflaza is gonna chase it down. She'll get a throw in deep in her own half. Looked for Adam Mulliken. She ends up going to her here, Bonflaza. Now Asher. Clean touch away from the oncoming defender, Brown. Doesn't get a clean enough touch to send it back to Bunny Shaw. It's a nice inviting ball in by Chinlu Asher. Asher spent some time, the Washington Spirit, but now plays in Sweden for AIK. McCoy gets taken out, no foul. And a Mulliken flicks it on, no one running in behind her, and it's gonna go all the way to the 22-year-old goalkeeper, Micah Pond. Has had to make a couple of saves in net and thanked her crossbar a couple of times for a double save it made early in the first half. Nice little tackle by Birch. Regains possession for Bermuda. The Gombe Warriors, as they're called, can't make anything happen of that build-up. We'll just sit back in this 5-4-1. Make Jamaica try to break him down on Plaza. Now Shaw chasing down Davis. Shaw gets a touch and it's too heavy and it goes into the arms of Pond.
Match up. Match up.
Shaw has overcome so much in her life so far. She's really flourished in her role for the Jamaica women's national team, now playing over in England for Manchester City. City sits 5th in the FAWSL. There's a handful of goals to her name. Sade plays collegiately at USC. She'll enjoy the coaching. The new coaching staff at USC is Amy Rodriguez, a longtime international for the U.S. women's national team, now an assistant coach at her alma mater at USC. So Sade Adamulliken will get to learn from one of the best forwards to play on the women's side. Shaw gets clipped, no call. Bermuda looking to make the most of this opportunity. Campbell. Now Brown. Handball called on Victoria Davis. She's impeding the play there. Good tactical foul. Nice close-up of Kayla McCoy. Dominique Bonplaza finds Adamulliken. She uses Bonplaza. A couple of runners in the box. But Jaden Masters gets cheered on by her teammates on and off the field. Some good defensive work to deny a cross. She will give up a corner. Bonplaza stands close. Adamulliken will take it. Goes short. Bonplaza. Acrobatically kicked away by Bermuda. Asher spins on the ball. It's Trudy Carter who ends up drawing a handball. Four-person wall, as you saw Leilani Nesbitt chatting with her Bermuda teammates there. She asks for 10 yards, does Bunny Shaw. And Astrid Granajo will move the wall back. You can hear Vin Blaine telling Sade Adamulliken to look for the second ball. It's both Trudy Carter, number 18, and Bunny Shaw, number 11, over top this set piece. Who's it gonna be? Shaw goes low. The wall did its job. She regains possession. Crosses it. Asher can't get there. Shaw's limping again on the far side. Had a couple of tough tackles in the first 45 minutes that she played through. Swaby plays it long. Adamulliken on the run. Has runners, it gets deflected. Shaw kicks the ground. Oh, how unlucky. You can see her smile from here. She knows that doesn't happen very often. Shade Adamulakan showing off not only her pace, but her ability to get to the end line, provide a tempting cross. Plaza might have gotten the worst of that. 2v1 challenge. It looks like Bermuda is readying a substitution on the sideline as Plaza comes to her feet for a second. It is going to be the first substitution for Nikita Robinson and her squad. Denny Watson, who was on a yellow card, gets replaced by Kiana Dill. Kiana Dill, a 26-year-old, comes in for Watson. Who had a good game. I think in that back line with the numbers Jamaica throws forward, it's difficult to have someone playing on a yellow card. Alita Nolan. A tough challenge there. Far side and Campbell. Finds Brown. Brown with a step over. Now pushes it past her defender. She keeps on running. Carter gets it taken away by Nesbeth, but regains almost possession back right away. Leilani Nesbeth, a member of the 2021 Florida State University women's soccer team. 7 goals, 7 assists for her at FSU, and a national championship in the fall. Not a bad way to end the last fall for the 20-year-old. She now competes for her home nation in these qualifiers.
Yes. Thank you.
Von Plaza. That was Kiana Dill shouldering Adamanakan out of bounds to get a restart from a goal kick. Nearly 60 minutes into this one. Jordan Angeli here. Thanks for coming alongside me to watch Bermuda take on Jamaica. Group C so far is led by the Dominican Republic. They put 9 goals up on Grenada yesterday in the first match day of this February match window. All the teams, all 30 teams in qualifying will play 2 matches over the next about week. Nesbeth with some skill, trying to flick it over McCoy. Send into the mix, and that's going to be an easy one for Spencer. Masters putting a little too much on it. Goes directly into the keeper, Spencer, wearing all purple tonight. Swaby. Nice diagonal to bring in Bonflaza, and she chips it in right away. It's going to be too much for Shaw, and the frustration is, looks like Sade Adamullican might be cramping here, and she gets an assist from Jaden Masters. Maybe more momentarily. Here comes the medical staff. The turf does seem to, I think it's a little bit soft. We've seen it a few times pop up. We're gonna see a substitution this time for Jamaica. Mariah Gray is gonna come in from Adamullican. Mariah Gray, 25-year-old. Replacing Adamullican, who's limping her way off the field. With the assist of her medical staff from Jamaica. Trudy Carter, the goal scorer of the second goal, is also going to make way for Kiki Van Zenten. Van Zenten, the 20-year-old. Van Zenten, currently playing at Notre Dame, was a member of youth teams for the United States. Has Jamaican roots and now plays for the Jamaican women's national team. Big day for her. The 20-year-old replaces the veteran Trudy Carter. Shaw trying to find Van Zanten right away. Here she is, first few touches. Swaby. Now Campbell. Good pressure from Bermuda. Swaby dribbles through the middle. It's Chinlu Asher trying to get there before Pond. And Pond wins the battle with a decisive clearance, goes right to the foot of Birch. Some fight in the middle by Eva Frazzoni, the captain for Bermuda. She can't regain possession for her squad. They'll sit back in this block. Frazzoni picks it up. Oh, and she had Nolan on the run. Brown now down. Getting some medical attention from her teammate. Looks like both of her calves are cramping. Humid day in Jamaica. A lot of these players coming in from abroad. Jody Brown playing with Leilani Nesbitt at FSU. Member of that squad that won the national championship last fall. Jody Brown had 10 assists last season for FSU. It's just a terror for opponents. She's back up running at the top of the box. As Campbell tries to make her way to a crossing position, it gets blocked by Bermuda, and they're gonna have a throw-in on the far side. Four players swarm to win the ball back. Jamaica go out the near side. Chinlu Ash Bonflaza can't connect with the newcomer, Myra Gray.
Oh, my knee, my knee, my knee.
Oh. That is a crunching tackle. A really difficult moment to see and hear. And if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it as tough tackle. Jaden Masters immediately screaming her knee. She's in a lot of pain.
It's a fair tackle. It's a fair tackle.
Her teammates just swarming around her, trying to give her a little bit of comfort right now. It's Frazzoni and Davis. And it was Shaw coming in on the tackle. And Khadijah Shaw of Jamaica will get a yellow card on the tackle. And looks like it's going to be the end of the night for Jaden Masters. And Shaw goes over and just looks her in the eyes and probably has a kind moment from teammate, from player to player. Wishing the both best for Masters. She gets taken off the field. And Pond was trying to get a substitute on for the injured Masters, and it might have to wait until the next stoppage of play. Looks like it's going to be Marley Christian as Nolan goes on the dribble here near side. Aaliyah. Nolan attracts 4 players. Falls on the ball, trying to draw a foul, and ends up getting a handball on herself. Jamaica. A little over 20 minutes left in this one. 2 goals for Jamaica coming in the first 45 from Jody Brown and Trudy Carter. Bermuda currently playing with a player down. So they wait for a stoppage of play. So they can make a substitution and replace Jaden Masters, who just went out with an injury couple minutes ago. Good look at Micah Pond. Davis. Now Nolan.
Thank you.
You can see the referee, Astrid Granajo, looking to see if the substitution is readied. Is Bermuda just trying to get another player on the field so they can play at even strength. And here is the substitution. Jaden Masters, 19-year-old, just hope the best for her.
In the second minute, the injured number 21,
Marley Christian will come in for her. 25-year-old. Pushed out of bounds by Frazzoni. Bonflaza, big tackle. Bonflaza now grabbing her knee too. Her foot looked to get stuck in the ground, and again, if you don't want to watch those replays, looks like another knee injury potentially here, this time for Jamaica. And Bunny Shaw talking to the referee. It's her last challenge that caused the injury to Masters. Got a yellow card. I think she's just wondering if that's going to be the same on the other side. Dominique Bonflaza is a member of that 2019 World Cup roster. She gets checked out right now. You can see Leilani Nesbitt talking to her team. Just 20 years old, but with the experience she has and the knowledge she has playing under Mark Krikorian at Florida State, some leadership qualities there. So it's good to see Dominique Bonflaza up. She's limping to the sideline. It's a big challenge there with her as she her and the medical team evaluate her situation. She plays right now for PSV Eindhoven. Jamaica will hope that she will be able to continue. They've made 2 subs of the total possible 5 that they can make. They've only used 1 substitution window, so you're allowed 5 subs in 3 windows. Essentially 3 stoppages of play. So they still have 2 sub windows left and 3 subs. On the other hand, Bermuda has used 2 subs, but already used 2 different windows. So they have 1 more window to make 3 subs. We'll see what Coach Nikita Robinson decides to do with her squad, who's shown a lot of heart and persistence here this evening in Kingston. Frazzoni. That was a foul on McCoy. Right away, Swaby goes long. Had her eyes for Bunny Shaw, but Pond was quick to recognize it. Scoops it up before Shaw can get there. Cleared out by Pond. That was Gray in pursuit. Bonflaza is back and looks to be moving pretty smoothly after a big challenge she just sustained in the middle of the field. Frazzoni is well under pressure. Christensen ended up getting fouled there by Van Zenten. 15 minutes left in this one. Jamaica National Stadium. 2 goals in the first half for Jamaica. Bermuda pressing now to try to just get another goal, 1 goal back. Back pass is a little slow, and Nolan really got a touch on it that goes over the head of Christensen, and here comes Shaw. Touch around the defender, Shaw still chasing after it. She gets taken out by Pond and gets a finger waved at by the referee saying no foul. Khadijah Shaw can't believe it. Here's a good close-up of it. I don't know what the referee was seeing. Pond didn't get any of the ball there. She got all of Bunny Shaw. That would be my posture too if I didn't get the call in that situation. Let's go, a good child. Getting a little bit of help on the far side. Still getting worked on the far side is good child. And Bermuda will restart it from a goal kick. Davis clears it into her attacking half, and Christopher picks the pocket of Swaby. Far side, Van Zanten. Van Zanten. Good tackle by Davis. And again, she clears it away. Swaby. Just a little in front of Campbell, and she makes it work. It's 2v2 on the far side. Swaby, the center back to the end line. Van Zanten, Shaw puts it away. Bunny Shaw makes it 3 for Jamaica in Kingston. Well, after thinking that she earned a penalty kick just minutes before, Bunny Shaw makes this one count as her center back, Allison Swaby, makes her way all the way to the end line. The shot by Van Zanten gets initially saved, and Bunny Shaw makes no mistake about it. Slams it to the top of the net. And puts the Reggae Girls up 3-0 against Bermuda. The Vuvuzelas go wild in the crowd. Back heel by Van Zanten. Doesn't pay off, but Jamaica keep possession with about 10 minutes left in regulation here. Bonflaza and Gray. Little combination play down the near side. Bonflaza drops the ball. I wonder if she's a player coming out during this substitution right now. She is. It's going to be a double sub. It's Tierney Wiltshire who comes in for Bonflaza, number 19, 23-year-old.
She didn't take my paper, though.
Looks like Michaela Days is also. So Wiltshire comes in for Bonflaza. That's the fourth official trying to organize the players entering the pitch. Looks like Aaliyah Nolan will be coming out for Bermuda. Jaya Rattershay Smith will come in. As will Samira Lowe. Lowe comes in for Goodchild. That's the last substitution that Bermuda will be able to make tonight. Jody Brown will be the second sub in that window for Jamaica. Coming in for her is Michaela Days. To the end line. All the way up and over everybody. Campbell gets it on the far side. Days, first touch. Chested down by Asher. She gets to the end line looking for teammates in the middle, and it's deflected over the end line for a corner kick. For Jamaica, the 8th corner kick that they've had this game. Van Zanten headed away by Birch. Birch gets it again. Now Naismith. First touches on the far side for Lowe. Sabi lets it go out of bounds as she's pressured by Jaya Rattersay Smith. Shaw flicks it on. Now Gray looking for Shaw again. Good first touch to get it out of pressure was Christensen. Jamaica keeps it in their attacking half. Just over 5 left. This game in Kingston. 2 goals in the first half for Jamaica by Brown and Carter, and then Shaw put the 3rd goal in the 79th minute. Gray gets a touch, and Days can't get there. Bermuda send it all the way up. Looking for Christopher. Christopher, who plays at Townsend University. She moved to the United States as she's pressuring the ball here when she was 15, but she's been playing for Bermuda on youth level since she was 17. Played at John Carroll in high school and now at Townsend University. 13 goals last year for her. The third best ever for a player at Townsend. So Naya Christopher up top for Bermuda has the ability to make something happen. It's just been a lot of Jamaica tonight. Taking advantage of their experience playing in these types of matches over the last 4 years. Davis sends it long, and it was intended for Christopher. Runs into the arms of Spencer. Bermuda, numbers forward. Looking for Christopher, it goes too close to Swaby. She uses her goalkeeper. A lot of positive reinforcement from the bench of Bermuda. Nikita Robinson, been in charge of the women's side for almost 10 years. Not only the full women's team, but the teams leading up to the full squad, and she's so proud of how much a lot of these young women have grown over the last few years, gained experience through the U17, U20 ranks now here with the full international women's squad. Van Zanten pulled herself offside. As we're nearing the end of regulation here in Kingston. Jamaica has one more substitution window if they choose to use it, and they do. It's going to be the end of the night for Kayla McCoy. Vian Sampson will come in for her. For her international debut. 25-year-old with a big opportunity here. What a moment for her. Sampson played for English youth national teams. But in 2019, after the World Cup appearance by Jamaica, explored her opportunity to play for Jamaica, and here she is debuting as Bunny Shaw gets on the end of this one. Shaw plays it across, and Gray just overran it. It's too tight of an angle there for Gray. Nice touch. Big challenge, and that's going to go in favor of Bermuda. Michaela Days showing some skill with back to goal and a nice solid turn. This Bunny shot just almost the same time in the first half. This was right at the end of the game. The other one was right at the beginning of the game. She had an opportunity to go for goal and decided to dish it. Unselfishly did the captain. Just overplayed Gray there. See how much stoppage time is added to the end of this one as we tick down the last few seconds in regulation. far side. Campbell trying to get to the end line. It ends up going out for a throw-in. Cleared away by Lowe. 3 minutes. A couple of injuries in this second half, giving both teams a little extra time. See if they can add to the score line. Pond not wanting that to happen on her end as she snatches that one away as Shaw was chasing her down. That's Birch, far side. Swaby getting chased by Nesbeth. Days evades the tackle, connects with Swaby. She's going on another run. She was a part of that third goal. The center back got all the way to the end line for the cutback that ended in the Bunny Shaw goal. Good work by Frazzoni, the captain, and pushed through a couple of tackles. Shin guard flying, the long ball from Swaby misses the mark. Asher cleans it up. Good performance here by Jamaica at home. The Jamaica National Stadium in Kingston. They'll go next to Grenada and play on the 20th of February. As Wiltshire trying to make something happen. Shaw makes a turn, puts it in the back of the net. Buddy Shaw makes it 4 for Jamaica. Tierney Wiltshire just came in. She does all the hard work there to find Shaw in the box, and with a little dip of the shoulder and turn, Bunny Shaw shows how good she is at finding the back of the net. Her second of the night. 4th for Jamaica.
Ladies and gentlemen, roll number 44 on the international.
And that'll be it. Final whistle from Astrid Garnajo. Jamaica with 4 goals. Bermuda unable to find the back of the net. A good effort from them, and that score may be a little deceiving when it comes to the confidence Bermuda showed at moments in building out of the back. This Jamaica side has a experience about them, a swag about the way they play, a belief in themselves that comes with playing games. And that's one of the big points of this CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers, is to give all these nations more opportunities to play important games. And Shaw still talking to Granajo about the yellow card that she got. McCoy comforting her teammate there. Jody Brown on the right side, just leaving the screen. It was the first goal of this game, ends up being the game-winning goal. Beautiful look at Jamaica National Stadium as we're going to get set to show you guys the highlights of this one. A lot of work still to be done for both these squads. Jamaica goes to Grenada on the 20th. Bermuda will host the Cayman Islands, and that'll be at IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. But for right now, in this first game between these two in Group C, was a good game throughout the entirety of the match. A double crossbar save in the first half denies Jamaica of their first goal. Their second goal will come through a build-up on the right side, and Jody Brown cleaning up the scraps at the back post. Be the first of 4. The second goal would come in the 30th minute from Trudy Carter. It's not before a few opportunities for both squads. In the second half, it was Bunny Shaw eager to make her mark on the game, and she did so not only through her play, but trying to connect with her teammates. She ends up scoring in the 79th minute. And in the 93rd minute, she adds a second.
My knee.
Bunny Shaw gets a yellow card for the foul on Jaden Masters, who ends up leaving the game on that tackle. Shaw thought she had a PK drawn here, but the referee wanted nothing about it. Swaby does all the hard work to get to the end line. The center back creates everything, and Kadisha Shaw finishes it. Eyes up. She finds the youngster Kiki Van Sanden. The initial save by Pond wasn't enough to get it away from Bunny Shaw. Right at the end of the game, Bunny Shaw would do this, a little swivel move in the middle of the box. Gets Tudor a name, 4 for Jamaica on the night. Now it puts Jamaica in second place in Group C, underneath Dominican Republic. Both have played a game. Dominican Republic put 9 goals up against Grenada yesterday, so they currently sit on top of Group C. But this is the stats for the final whistle here in Jamaica. A lot of fouls, a couple of yellow cards, 1 for each team. 8 corner kicks for Jamaica, 4 goals on 4 shots on goal. Good performance by the Reggae girls at home as they take this one 4-0 over Bermuda. They both play next week for their second game in this World Cup qualifiers. That's it for me, Jordan Angeli. Thanks for joining us in Kingston, Jamaica tonight. Make sure you guys follow along for all the rest of the CONCACAF women's qualifiers that are taking place over the next week. Have a good night, everybody.
You know.